Looking forward
Live.
to. Oh, now we are live. Good evening,
Thank you,
friends.
ma'am.
Welcome to the session of Jashn-E-Azadi of the Asian Literary Society. And we have with us Colonel Cheema. Colonel Cheema, sir, welcome to the Asian Literary Society's Jashn-E-Azadi. This is
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
celebration
Thank
of
you.
the 73rd Independence Day. And friends, I would like to tell you that uh, friends, I would like to tell you that Colonel Cheema is has a reputed 31 years of distinguished service with the Indian Army. Today, Colonel Cheema, this evening, what would you like to say as an ex-army man? Please share with us what you would like to say as an ex-army man, your feelings on India's independence.
Okay. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you and good evening to young friends. I am extremely honored to be in conversation with a great personality like Mrs. Lippi Parida. Thank you so much, ma'am. She is such a unique kind of multi-talented personality. I am really honored and very happy to be conversing with her. That is first thing. Now, August, to my mind, is a very August month. You know, yesterday we had Janmashtami. Yesterday was also the International Youth Day. And day after tomorrow, we are going to celebrate our 73rd Independence Day. So, a great month. And I believe that the youth is the best hope for India. So, what a better time to be talking about youth. Yesterday
So,
was the
Colonel,
Youth International. I, as an army officer, ma'am, I am an extremely proud Indian. I am extremely happy that India is doing wonders in science, technology, economically, and militarily. However, though there are many things to be proud of, there are certain things which one is not happy with. And those are, of course, you know that communalism and terrorism and, fundamentalism, thing like that, the discrimination against women, rapes, murders, all those problems in a developing economy and a developing nation, as I suppose these are normal problems. May I submit, ma'am, that I am tired of being asked that when will India become a developed nation? We are always reminded that India is a developing nation, India is a developing nation. When will India become a developed nation? You see, ma'am, the point is that it seems that our HDI, Human Development Index, we are falling. We are so low in Human Development Index. I will not like to quote figures on this auspicious occasion because that will make me sad. But this is also a fact that India by the day is becoming less and less happy. The Indians are becoming less and less happier as compared to our neighbors and all. Our quality of education is poor. Now, these are the thoughts which at this moment, when I take pride in being an Indian and celebrating our 73rd Independence Day, I feel that there's a lot that can be done, and the youth are the ones, they are the future, they are the, our trustee of posterity for future. And these are the people who can bring India back to the glory which we want India to achieve. So I'm very, very proud, ma'am. Thank you so much.
so Colonel Cheema, you had this wonderful tenure leading this battalion in Leh sometime in 86 to 88. Would you
Yes,
like
ma'am.
to share your experience as an army man of those days?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 86 to 88, I commanded EME battalion at Leh. That was a unique experience, of course. Every army officer wants to command a prestigious battalion in high altitude. I also wanted to do that. And when I got the opportunity, I made the best of it. And I had the privilege of staying in Siachen for 10, 15 days, experiencing what Siachen is. And I also had the experience of going to Pangangso, where, the present problems which we are talking about. I have been there, finger 2 to 8, visited those places, and I can relate myself with. Every army officer, every Jawan of Indian Army is proud to be serving the nation, and we are very happy that India is giving a befitting reply to the any incursions or any aggression which is taking place at the borders. I had a great tenure, and I am grateful to my troops and my seniors there for giving me that opportunity to serve Indian Army. Thank you, ma'am.
That was a fabulous share, Colonel Cheema, sir. And friends, I would like you to know that Colonel Cheema is a very well-known management scholar, and he's looked upon as an excellent teacher, trainer, motivator. And today, since you're talking about the youth, I would like to comment on the fact that both Swami Vivekanand and our previous President Abdul Kalam sir has said that in the youth is the future of the country. But we get to see that the youth is not very attracted to its roots in India. They do not think of nation building. They are more attracted towards the West, towards Western values, and the concept of nation building just doesn't arise in their minds. And we have some, since you are an author also, I would like to share with you that we have some famous authors now, mythologists like Devdutt Patnaik and Amish Tripathi, who are writing about mythology. Do you think this kind of writing will make the youth connect to their Indian roots?
Actually, ma'am, India is a young nation, literally. It is a fact that 50% of the Indians are below the age of 25, 35%, 65% below the age of 35. And our average age is 29 years as against 37 of China and 48 of Japan. So we have an absolutely unique asset in the young minds. Unfortunately, we are not able to make the best use of it. We have not been able to make the best use of it. We call them useless because we use them less. We call them careless because we have cared less for them. Now, I think some kind of reality check is required. What is wrong? Why is it we must introspect? Why is it that young Indians, when they go abroad, offshore, they do wonders? Unfortunately, in India, they remain mediocre. They are a classic example of Chandrasekhar, Raghuben Khurana, and any number of other people who have done great service in. As a matter of fact, our IITs have done more service to USA than to India. You see, what has happened is that the brain drain has not been stopped. Why? The basic reason to my mind is that we hire for qualifications and experiences, not for talent and the potential. You see, what is required is talent is more important. Do we have any talent management systems at different levels, whether it is at the university level or even at the national level? So talent management systems are not there, and that is why we are not able to make the best use of the youth. If we are able to make best use of the youth and of course the quality of education, if we are able to improve our quality of education, I think youth can do wonders and we can get our rightful place in the world very soon. So I think youth is the crux of the problem of the India, that in next 5 to 10 years, if we are able to do something about them, which the present government is doing a lot of things, skill development, startups, these are good initiatives. And new education policy offers a lot of hopes. With these kind of initiatives of the government, I am certain that the youth of the country will contribute a lot, and we will be closer to our goal which we want as a nation.
So, Colonel Cheema, we have this new education policy which speaks about vocational training starting from the primary level. And as
Yes,
we
ma'am.
know, unemployment is a big problem in India. Do you think vocational training, when it is started at the primary level, do you think that could solve the problem of unemployment in India, which is one of the
Yes,
biggest problems?
yes, ma'am. My views about education are that had somebody in initially when in 1947 when we got independence, had primary education been made compulsory at that time, most of our problems today which we are facing would have been over in any case. You see, the importance which we give to education as a system, that is not much. in 1966 Kothari Commission, they submitted the report, and that commission said that slowly and steadily till 85, 86, our GDP percentage expenditure should increase to 6%. It was 2.9 in 1964. Unfortunately, in 2020, it is 3%. The kind of importance which is expected, of course, the vocational training and the entrepreneurship skill training. This should start as early in the student's career as possible. Maybe 8th standard is the right place, right stage to start that. We do have not been giving a lot of, you see, we have given a lot of importance to higher technical education, but low technical education at the ITI level, industrial training, these establishments have not been able to deliver. And because of that, quality of technical education also is poor, so to say. So it is a good initiative of the new education policy that, you see, what a student needs is, you don't have to teach a student. The student must be allowed to learn. You develop the spirit of inquiry in the child, and after that let the child learn on his or her own. But we keep spoon feeding, which I think new education policy is taking care of, and there will be less of that kind of teaching, and we will be able to have more brilliant and outstanding students who will do wonders in future.
So I think that was a brilliant take on the new education policy. And Colonel Cheema sir, I would like to tell you friends that Colonel Cheema sir has been conferred with the Punjab Ratna Award as an intellectual. He's been considered one of the great intellectuals of Punjab
Thank you,
because he has
ma'am. Thank
authored, I think, about 15 books, and he's working on his 16th. So the name of your 16th book, I believe, is I Can, I Shall Win. So this is
Yeah.
this is addressed to the youth of the country. Would you like to
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
us something about that book of yours?
Yes, ma'am. You see, I've been involved a lot in the personality development of the young minds in tri-cities. For the last 20 years, I have a book also on personality development, and I've done a lot of work going to the schools and colleges and other, professional institutions. I've been going and speaking to the youth for their personality development. So I thought, why not a book only, dedicated to the young, yeah, targeted to the youth of the country. So in this, I have brought out certain facts which are very, very important, which I want to tell the youth of the country. One is that you are living in amazing and wonderful times. Make the best use of it. I sometimes feel that I should have been born 20, 30 years later, and maybe I would have been able to make use of the wonders of the technology and other great benefits which the present youth is able to enjoy them. So it is, and they must remember the message in the book which I am trying to bring it around is that you can shrink or expand your life proportional to the courage you have to learn. If you have the courage to learn, everyone doesn't do that. You see, it is human tendency that you tend to ignore and neglect something which is the most important for you. Your personality is the first private property you own. It is your duty and responsibility to update yourself and invest in yourself. Investing in self is the best investment. It gets you the maximum interest. Maximum interest means you are depositing and you will be able to cash it. So investing in self is the most important aspect which the youth must learn. Following shortcuts and wanting to achieve immediate results, that is not possible. It is only eminent. You see, you have to become a global citizen. Today, the International Youth Day, which was celebrated, the actually the theme of that youth festival is that they will be able to contribute to the global at the global level. Their contribution of the youth at the global level, and that is that one must become a global citizen with that kind of, you think locally, of course, plan locally, but think of the future also, that we are living in a global village. Everyone is close by. Death of distance has shortened this small village. So the youth must be able to live a global life, and for that they must have the courage to expand their life by investing more in themselves. Update yourself, develop yourself. Yes.
So, Colonel Cheema sir, the speciality about the 73rd Independence Day is that we are celebrating the concept of Atmanirbhar India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. And like you just said, it is important for the youth to be a part of the of the globe, not only a citizen of India, but a part of the globe. And I think this is what Atmanirbhar Bharat aims for. So I think your point coincides beautifully with the theme of the 73rd Independence Day, which is Atmanirbhar Bharat. And this, in fact, this concept is being celebrated this Independence Day. And you have been speaking about this very point. You have given emphasis to this point. But Colonel Cheema, I would like to ask you something. Since you come from a army background, I would like to say, do you think the women should be given a more important role in the army? One of your
Of course,
articles,
ma'am.
you have written about 490 articles, I think. 490 articles, and one
Yes,
of them
yes.
is about this. So,
Recently, I published an article in the Tribune, in which I supported that the woman must be given permanent mission. This
yes,
has been going on for the past so many years, and some old had generals, they were deadly against this because of various reasons. But the fact is that a woman has more, she is tenacious, a hardiness, resilience, sharing. These are the quality leadership. These are the qualities. I am a strong believer that if India has to grow, the India must give more importance to its women. You see, before coming live now at 4 o'clock, I was watching the other program where Dr. Chitambram was in conversation with the lady, and Dr. Chitambram was telling us that United Nations has 3 parameters for a HADI, but he says I have only 2 parameters, and those 2 parameters are: one is the women literacy rate must go up, and the second is per capita consumption of electricity in India must go 6 times. If these two things happen, other things will automatically take care of itself and India will be able to grow. So the fact is that female literacy, unfortunately, I mean, in states like Kerala and your state, Odisha, and other down south, it is much better. Unfortunately, in the northern part of the country, the female literacy rate is not that high as it is expected to be. So all this discrimination against the women must go as early as possible, and not 73 years we have already wasted. Now in future, you see, people have been promising 50% seats in the parliament for the women. It has not happened. In panchayat system at different levels, women must be. How can you ignore 50% of the population of the country? Out of 138 crores, 50% of the population is the females. How can they be ignored? They frame a very major and important part of the nation. They must be given equal opportunity. I am a strong believer of that.
so Colonel Cheema sir, I'm proud that you're a feminist. You're on the side of the women, and I would like to tell you that
Mhm.
I mean, as you already must be knowing, that
Mhm.
India is one of the countries that has given its women
Yes.
a big part in its politics. And
Yes.
during the time of Mahatma Gandhi, women broke their shackles. They came out. They fought for the independence of the country. And after independence, women have taken an active part in the politics. And many of our leaders, they are women. So in such a country, how can there be discrimination against women? This
Very
concept of
unfortunate.
beti bachao,
Unfortunate. And mm.
beti bachao and beti padhao. Do you think it has empowered women enough? The this particular policy. Do you think it has empowered women as much as it desired to?
A lot has been done, ma'am, but still it is not enough. There are classic examples of great ladies who have done wonders in India and abroad in business, in police, and even armed forces and air force. All that has happened, but it is not good enough because when you are talking about, you can count these ladies who achieve great, heights on fingertips. They are few as compared to the men. Obviously, there are men who are not letting them come up. Now, these men must be ashamed of their this kind of thing, and these ladies must be allowed to come up. And I will be very proud if we have 50% scientists, 50% army and air force officers, 50% businessmen, 50% in the politics, all 50%, which is their rightful share. They are not to beg for that. They must be given it as a right and they must enjoy that. So I suppose that is likely to happen in very near future. Though a lot has happened, but that is not good enough. We must continue with this pace.
So that was a very good take, Colonel Cheema, sir, as usual. And now we must talk about the drug menace of India. Like, especially in states like Punjab, drug is a major issue for the youth. How do you think we can solve this? How do you think we can get rid of this?
Ma'am, you see, drug and liquor tragedy. Unfortunately, recently there was a liquor tragedy in which we lost a lot of lives. You see, this is been happening, and the poverty is one of the reasons. You see, it is unfortunate that after 73 years, 80% of the population of country does not get even clean drinking water. Poverty is a curse. And I think all the problems start from poverty and education not being there. In Punjab, there is of course a nexus between the drug smugglers and liquor mafia, politician, police, and this. It always happens. Pardon my saying, but the fact is that corruption are all evils of the society can be curbed and eliminated in a few years if three kind of people come together. Who are those three type of people? Politician, bureaucrat, and the businessman. If all three of them decide that we must eradicate corruption, drugs must be eradicated, it can be done in a year or so. But will they let that happen? No, because corruption is the oxygen of these politicians. So this may not happen. This may not become a reality, but things are moving. With a captain at the helm of affairs in Punjab, things have moved much faster. He has been able to control a lot of drug business in the state, and we are very proud of it. I am sure if he gets another term, I hope, if he gets another term, he will be able to eradicate drugs from Punjab totally. I have faith in this kind of thing. But it is unfortunate that in society like ours, Punjabi who are known for their resilience and hard work and coming back after 1947, most of us when we came to India, we were very poor and we had nothing of it. They have come back. They have rebound with great side up. But this is one thing, and unfortunate terrorism, which was the unfortunate thing in the state. These two things have put us down. I have total faith in Punjab and Punjabis. They are going to get back on the feet again very soon.
So, Colonel Cheema, that's heartening to hear because the drug menace is a very big issue. I mean,
Yes.
it's spoiling the lives of millions of young men. And I think the new education policy with its vocational training at the primary level would go a long way in encouraging the youth to lead more fruitful
Yes.
life.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
Colonel Shima, tell me one thing, sir. How can we get our youth attracted to their roots? Do you think good writing will attract them back to their roots, like good Indian writing, mythological writing? Do you think it will attract them to their roots? What would attract our youth to their roots back again?
Ma'am, everything, as a matter of fact, it has to be a very comprehensive kind of effort. The authors, writers, they also make a major difference in the psyche of the people, in the even our film industry, and all. See, it is not one kind of thrust. It has to be our education, our authors, our politicians. And the most important thing, which I suppose the youth of today must keep in mind, is the emotional agility. Emotional agility is being able to handle their emotions properly. You see, we speak about 16,000 words in 24 hours, and an average person gets 40,000 to 50,000 thoughts in 24 hours. Now, these feelings, thoughts, emotions, speeches, all this one must be able to balance. And that is what is emotional agility. You handle your emotions so that they do not affect you, and things like, stress, which is killing a lot of people, lot of youth is, they are burning out. And recently what happened to Sushant Singh Rajput, all over people are talking about that. You see, all these kind of things are because the youth do not have that kind of emotional agility which is expected of them in this kind of environment. See, as I said, that we are operating in wonderful times. At the same time, these are the worst of times, perhaps. Worst of times. Terrorism, all kinds of environment, degradation, terrorism, all the problems, and health. Nowadays, what is happening, pandemic is, killing people. Now, this kind of atmosphere, in this, especially the youth of the country, they must have a very strong emotional agility quotient. If they have that, they will be able to sustain this. And I am a die-hard optimist. I
Good to
feel
hear that, Colonel Cheema.
we
Good to
will
hear that
we
you
will
are an optimist.
come out of it. But there's one prayer which each one of us must pray. God grant us the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. You see, the youth can have anything, but the youth cannot have everything. Everything having or wanting to have everything is greed. Wanting to have anything is that you use your potential to the best of your ability. 86 billion neurons gifted by God Almighty, the most unique human being created. They can do wonders, they can achieve anything, but they cannot have everything. Mahatma Gandhi used to say that there is enough for everyone's needs, but there will never be enough for everyone's greed. So we have to get rid of that greed. The youth must prepare themselves for a new world. The new world. In this new world, they have unique kind of opportunities. Everyone has the opportunities. What a youth need is, a young boy or girl needs is a smart laptop and a phone. These are the two things they need. You can, with these two things, you can change the world if you wish to. And I'm reminded of something which, there is a poem. The person is talking about it. He says that when I was young and I had imagination, I wanted to change the world. But I thought, no, I realized I can't change the world. Then he said, I thought I'll change my country. And later on, he realized as he grew older, 50 years, he said, I can't change even the country. When he was in 60s and 70s, he said, I'll change my family. He was unable to change the family. And when he was beyond 80, lying in the bed, waiting for death, then he said, I wish if I had changed myself first, maybe I would have been able to change my family, my nation, and perhaps the world. So live in present. This is the time to do. It is never too late. You can't say that it is. So the youth must prepare themselves for achieving wonders, doing wonders. They have that qualities. They have, and the faith in themselves. I, as a matter of fact, recommend the young boys and girls that they must get up every morning and say, I am better than I think I am. It gives you confidence to face the world. And you have that quality, you can do wonders. So,
So,
they
so, so, Colonel Cheema, sir, India is a land of contradictions. 73 years of independence, and we see that India is the highest exporter of cotton and rice to the world, second in rice. And we have
second.
sent the Chandrayaan and the Mangalayan, and
Great.
the Hero Motors, the largest manufacturing two-wheelers in the world, and we have the highest rate of people participating in the elections. and we have the greatest midday meal scheme in the world, and
Yes, yes.
we have Sachin Tendulkar and Geeta Fogart, and we have the biggest railway system, the biggest postal system. In spite of that, we still have communalism, we still have poverty, we still have things that we are ashamed of, and our only hope is, our youth. Like you said, I think you are writing on the right topic. Youth is the hope for not only India but for the whole world,
Entire world, yes.
especially for India, because India is
Yes,
a young country, and
yes.
the economic survey says by 2041 India will be at its peak. It
Yes,
will be a totally young boy
absolutely.
from India. So,
Yes.
sir, I wish all the youth pick up that book that you are writing, and I think you have given all of them enough motivation with your words. And I would like to do a rapid fire of
Okay.
slogans pre and post independence, and let's see if you can remember who said these. सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा.
So everyone
Can you?
knows Iqbal.
Oh,
Al-
one
Iqbal.
clap for you, Colonel Cheema sir.
Oh,
Satyameva
thank
Jayate. Who said that?
you.
Satyameva Jayate.
I think Madan Mohan Malviya.
You are right, absolutely right, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. And then we have Sarfarosh ki tamanna ab hamare dil mein hai. Who said that?
Bismil. Bismil. This I can never forget.
Bismil, Ram Prasad Bismil sir,
Ram
Colonel
Prasad
Cheema. You're
Bismil.
absolutely on the mark. Vande Mataram.
Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, ma'am. This I must know.
You're absolutely on the mark. And Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan.
Oh, this is my Nara, my slogan. So, Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Oh,
Right?
you're absolutely right.
Lal
And
Bahadur
friends, I
Shastri.
would like to tell you that Colonel Cheema also goes to the Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy in Mussoorie to speak to the bureaucrats under training over there. And sir, you have given us your precious time today. You have, I'm sure, you have encouraged our youth and motivated everyone, including me, supported the women folk as well with your strong feminist views. And it has been an honor having Punjab Ratan Colonel Cheema, a distinguished colonel of the Indian Army, with us on the eve of the Independence 73rd Independence Day. Colonel Cheema, sir, thank you on behalf of the ALS Literary
Thank you,
Society.
ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for joining
And
us.
why,
And,
why,
and I would like to say, I think to sum up your words, I would like to say, be the change you want to be in the world. This is what
yeah.
Mahatma Gandhi said. I think your words would be summed up in this line: be the
Okay,
change that, like he
ma'am.
said, that youth he woke up to, discovered that he needed to change himself, and that is where all change lies. Be the change you want to see in the world. Do you agree with
Absolutely.
me, sir?
Absolutely, ma'am. I totally agree with it. And my message at the end is you see, everyone is talking of virus. I'm going to say, spread the virus of happiness and good feelings. Do
So,
spread virus, but spread the virus of smiles, happiness, good feelings. And at the end, ma'am, I am extremely grateful to the Asian Literary Society, Mr. Manoj Krishnan, and Lippi ma'am, that you have given an ordinary soldier an opportunity to share his views with people. And it is a great opportunity. I honor this and I'm humbled with this kind of response from you. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm grateful to you.
Colonel Cheema, sir, you are no ordinary soul. Somebody, an educator like you, a motivator like you, can never be a simple soul, can never be an ordinary soul, sir.
Thank you,
And
ma'am. Thank you.
I would like to tell you that this Independence Day, we are, in fact, the government is honoring the Corona warriors, those who have fought during the pandemic, the nurses, the doctors, the paramedical staff, the police, and it is a celebration of the pandemic warriors, and it's a good time to speak about the virus of happiness, and thank you for spreading this virus in the Asian Literary society and sharing it with all our viewers. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. While going, let me say that Mr. Manoj Parida is doing wonder as the advisor of the Chandigarh, and the way he has contained the pandemic is really hard. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.